channel, and it's been a while since I did a YouTube video. And so, man, first video of the summer, y'all. It's already July. I really was indecisive on what to post December 3rd. This music loud, hold on. So, basically, the last time I posted a video was in December. But I took them down, y'all, because I was supposed to be doing Vlogmas. But something happened that really just knocked off my motivation for posting and stuff like that, period. So, as you can tell by this title, today, tomorrow, and then next week, just kidding. Today, we are going to be doing Netflix recommendations. This is basically like summer Netflix recommendations, and pretty much everything on the list I have already watched because I'd rather get ratings on stuff that I watched than stuff I haven't watched. That makes sense, right? Right. And I have my stuff written out on the notebook, y'all. Don't worry about why it's crumpled up, because my cousin ripped it up. I stepped out the room for 10 seconds, and that's what had happened. So, let's go ahead and start. So, up first, I got the show Surviving Summer, and it only has one season right now, and it was good, real good. So basically, the girl mama, I forgot where she worked, but the girl would get in trouble at school a lot. So she was like, okay, boom, I'm gonna send you out to live with my best friend in Australia while I go do this job for like 6 months or something like that. And so she was living in Australia. She was learning how to surf, doing a little surfing competitions and shit like that. And she ended up falling in love with the boy. So up next we have Outer Banks. P4L.
Child. Anyway, so
you know that's the summer show. You know they do adventures and junk like that. It's a real crazy show. I would recommend. First episode it did not hook me on, but it does have a 10 out of 10 just because I like it that much. So third, we had the Babysitter Club. Okay, the Babysitter Club is like a summer show because okay, they ran their club. I'm not sure if they ran their club while they were in school, but I know the business mostly took off during the summer and stuff like that. And I think I started watching it when it first came out because I was babysitting, and I always thought, okay, the idea of having a babysitters club was cool and stuff like that. You know, they got their motion, they getting bread, and then the little meetings and the little land. It was cool to me. It was cool. So then we have Firefly Lane. Firefly Lane is my junk. It's based off this girl, Tallulah or Tully Hart, and her best friend Kate Malarkey. And basically, Tully moved on to Firefly Lane, across the street from Kate. And you know, they was both in two different crowds. Tully was like the real pretty girl. Kate was like the nerdy girl. But Tully, she had a whole bunch of trauma, and she became friends with Kate. And they've been friends for like 30 years. About 30 years of friendship. And you know, they basically, after they met, they was always stuck together at the hip. They was like sisters, into each other's family, a whole bunch of trauma, all that good stuff. But I like it because, you know, everybody should love their best friend. Everybody should have a best friend, in my opinion. So then we have Bridgerton, y'all. Bridgerton and Queen Charlotte. So Bridgerton, okay, people were like, you know, at first I was seeing Bridgerton when it first came out. People would be like, oh, I don't see how you can watch that classical joint like that. Y'all, Bridgerton, I watched Bridgerton. Maybe the first episode was not hooking me. It took me like 3 days because I would watch it, but I would be on my phone, so I could not pay attention to it. So I would watch it, and I would go back and go back. So I was like, okay, I'm just do this when I'm really in the mindset. So then we have Family Reunion. Family Reunion was like a show I started in 2019 maybe, and it was about, you know, this football player moving from Seattle to Georgia to his mom's house and just like that. And they started to go broke, and it was pretty much about a southern family. And you know, I live down south and whatnot, you know, and so, you know, why wouldn't I watch it? We have The Good Place. So I recently just started watching The Good Place. Well, I finished it already, but it's basically about, you know, these people die and they're trying to get to the good place, and they're tricked into believing that they were in a good place, but they was actually in a bad place because they did small things that messed up their life. But that actually wasn't the case. It was a plot twist. Watch the show. XO Kitty. So XO Kitty is basically like a spinoff of one of the younger sister of To All the Boys I Loved Before. The To All the Boys I Loved Before movie series that's also on the list. That's also on the list. But it was like a spinoff of that, and Kitty, she basically moved to this school called Kids in Japan that her mother went to. Her mother died when she was young, so she had no recollection of her mother really. So she went to that school to like kind of have like memories of her mother, traces of her mother, stood where her mother standed, because her sisters got a chance to be with her mama and got to tell memories, and she just wanted to see, things that her mama did. She also had a man, and drama came in with her men. So we had Stranger Things. So Stranger Things, I got into it 2020. I think I tried to watch it 20. When did it first come out? I'm not sure, but I tried to watch it. I think 2019, 2018. I could not get past the first episode, but 2020 during quarantine, I did indeed watch it, and I got hooked on it. And last summer, I was watching the most recent season and stuff like that. And it's pretty much about, you should know what Stranger Things is about. It's about strange things, the upside down world, this board game. This boy went missing, but y'all, this boy went missing, and they talking about some people's dead. Then all of a sudden they talking some he came back alive. First of all, what you mean he came back alive? That's when I would have left the town right there, because are you stupid? You talking about a whole bunch of weird things going on in the town. The city ripping up in the X's, and the ground is showing crosses, and people is snapping in the air like you floating up and snapping. And you meaning to tell me you won't stay in Hawkins, Indiana, circa 1983? All because four boys was in the basement sitting playing D&D? No! Talk about some zombie boy came back alive. I'm not with the paranormal activities. And do you mean to tell me that you see a girl in the store with a bald head busting out with us for echoes? How stupid can y'all be? So if you like to watch like scary things, this show really wasn't scary, but it's Wednesday. Basically, the life of Wednesday Adams from the original Adams family. She goes to this school for like strange kids, and she's solving mysteries and stuff like that. And she also has vision. It was very good to me. 10 out of 10. And I think they coming out with a new season. I'm not sure, but I hope they come out with a new season because it was real good to me. 13 Reasons Why. I first got into 13 Reasons Why. I'm not sure. I think from the beginning I was on it because my cousin put me on it. But I really loved it. It was about this girl named Hannah Baker. She left these tapes. She committed suicide. And she left the tapes to tell the reasons why she committed suicide and stuff like that. But I also read the book, ninth grade years. Well, I read the book, and once you get a perspective from the book and the show, it's kind of different. It's kind of a different mindset that you have from the show. So we have Grand Army. So Grand Army got canceled. It was really about high school. I'm sorry, I haven't watched it in like a year or two, so I really don't remember what it's about. Insatiable. Insatiable has Debbie Ryan, and she was fat, and she had an accident, and I don't know how you get in an accident and the accident turned you skinny. How does that work? But she got in an accident, and the accident turned her skinny. And next thing you know, everybody was bullying her in school. Was like, oh my gosh, it's Patty Badell. Patty Badell is so hot. Patty Badell is so fine. Y'all ain't wanted her when she was fat. Now you want her when she's skinny. It don't make sense. So anyway, she got into pageants and stuff like that. And then drama occurs and murders and stuff in the pageant scene. And it's also funny. I would watch. Now we're gonna go to the movie series. So, Kiss and Boo, 1, 2, and 3. Where do I start? I love the Kiss and Boo. I loved it, Noah. Elle and Lee was best friends since they was born, and they decided to create a Kiss and Boo for their school fundraiser, and it was really a hit. And then she had a crush on her best friend brother forever, and so I guess the Kiss and Boo ended up making them get together, type junk like that. The relationship was relationship was toxic, y'all. I'm not gonna lie, but I would recommend watching them 1, 2, and 3. Okay, then we have So All the Boys I Love Before, like I said previously. It's really good. It all started because Laura G, she wrote these love letters to all the boys that she loved or had crushes on over the years, and her little sister was like, I'm tired of you not having a boyfriend, so I'm gonna send them out. So she sent out all the letters, and then she started faking this relationship with a boy and stuff like that. And he was trying to make his ex mad. He was trying to get his ex back, type just like that. And I guess they end up catching feelings and just drama. That's the person. Just watch out. So like I was saying, I was at My Girl 1 and 2. So basically it came out in like the 70s, 80s. And it's a 11-year-old and she had a best friend. His name was Thomas J. And I guess Thomas J had a crush on Veda. And they went, I forgot where they went. They went somewhere in the woods. And Veda had a mood ring. And Veda left her mood ring. And Thomas J was like, oh, they both was talking. It's like, you know, when we grow up, we're gonna get married, this, that, and the third. And I think they had kids. We have the After series. Basically, it's about boy and a girl. They met in college. They got together. The relationship is toxic. That's all you need to know. So then we have Enola Holmes. If you like, what's that? It's also what like corresponds with Bridgerton, all old timey back then England and all like that. Um, I liked it, mysteries, and she also found her little boo and whatnot. She became a little mini detective because her mother went missing, and she was solving crimes. She found her mother, and she opened up her own agency and stuff like that. So we had a Fear Street series. So say like if you're at like a sleepover with your homegirls or with whoever, and you just want to sit there and you want to watch scary movies, Fear Street series would be good to watch if y'all want to watch something. Because to me, I personally watched it, I think last year during October, because it is like a Halloween type of movie. So I watched it during October, and to be honest, it scared me. It did scare me. It was crazy. It's 3 parts, and I liked it. Then we have the Scream series, the Scream movie series. Ghostface, Scream 1 through 6. I think there's 2 newer ones. It's not on Netflix though. It is on Prime, and I was using Prime, but you can also watch it on the illegal website, y'all. I didn't tell you that though. So basically, the first one, it all started because some 2 psycho kids at a school decide to put on a ghost face mask and go around killing people. And the thing is, y'all is traumatized on the same girl from 1990 to what, 2011? I didn't finish the newer one, so I'm not sure if they got her in this one too. But you been traumatized on the same girl as me. I'm already paranoid. My nerves couldn't take it. I've been when I had a heart attack. And you mean to tell me the same 3 survivors from the first movie survived all the way to the 5th movie, and y'all got stabbed every time? You're joking. You're joking. You're supposed to be. You're supposed to be dead. Like, what do you mean you keep surviving? Why are you still surviving? I like it, and I've been watching it by myself. That's probably the only scary movie I can really watch by myself, cause I'm too paranoid. I'm not gonna think no ghost face in my closet. I'm not gonna think that. Another show, this is a show, and the reason why I didn't put it with the other shows is because it's not on Netflix. It is a Prime show, and it's called The Summer I Turned Pretty, and it's pretty much, she had her glow up over the summer, and every summer, her mother and her mother's best friend, they hook up. Her mother's best friend has 2 kids, and then her mom has her and her brother. So they will all link up that summer at this house in Massachusetts. I think it was Massachusetts. I'm not sure, but it was somewhere up country. So They would go there every summer. It was a summer tradition, and whole time she had a crush on one of the brothers since forever. And then she ended up crushing on the other brother. She ended up talking to the other brother, but she still liked it, the older brother. It's drama filled. And if you have time, I would recommend you go watching it. And if you don't feel like it, just get the 30-day free trial, y'all. For the brokies. For the brokies. We have some more movies on here, just random movies that I have already seen. We have Hello Goodbye and Everything in Between. And it's pretty much about this girl, I don't want to date because I'm going to college soon. And I don't want to get in nothing serious because we're going to have to break up and, school come first. And the dude was like, okay, well, we just going to date until it's time for us to break up so you go to college. Did it go that way? No, they still had to lose. So, along for the ride, she went to go stay with her daddy. I forgot which state, but she went to go stay with her daddy before college. And she ended up catching feelings for this real mysterious boy. Y'all, a whole bunch of these movies, it's pretty much romance. Just watch it. Just watch it. I'm tired of explaining. Just watch it. The royal treatment, she was a hairdresser. I guess the prince went to go get his haircut over there, and they caught feelings. Go watch it. Love and Gelato, I think her mother died, and she went to Italy after graduation, and she ended up falling in love with an Italian, and I don't think she knew her daddy. I'm not sure if she knew her daddy, but she ended up going over there, and she met somebody that her mom used to talk to, or something like that, or her daddy. Haven't seen it in a minute, and I also fell asleep on it the first time I watched it. We have Sierra Burgess is a loser. Who? Sierra Burgess was stupid. I'm not even gonna tell you. Sierra Burgess, you mean to tell me you have a crush on this boy? You give him this other girl number, and you have a crush on this boy. You faking like you the other girl, and you getting the other girl to send pictures to him and help. What are you doing? Okay, we have hashtag reality high. Basically, she go from loser to popular. She had a glow up, started dating this dude. But he's like, I like picture for you, and you started to change and stuff like that. They fell out, but she went back to her old self. Love and a Villa. Basically, these two people booked the same villa to live in, and the renter was like, oh, accident.
That's weird.
We're the Millers. So basically, he was a drug dealer. He was a drug dealer. And, he was like, I gotta go to Mexico to do this, make these moves, and I'm gonna get money. And he was like, I'm gonna get a quarter. So it's him and his boy at first. But then he ended up roping this lady, she was a stripper. And then they walked in this other girl and they posed with the family. Because all of them was broke, all of them needed money. Period. So, anyways, drama happens in Mexico. I forgot what else they got caught up in, but they ended up going to the theater. It's full of drama, full of comedy. I would watch. American Pie Girls Rule. It has packed up all your shit in it. If you watched Never Have I Ever, I forgot to put that on the list. Never Have I Ever is also good. It's about these kids in school. Davey, it's crazy. But yeah, so American Pie Girls Rule. It's for them. They all like the same boy. They have rules. Oh, I'm gonna do this before we graduate. I'm gonna do this, that, and the third. And they all like the same dude. It was very stupid. So Purple Heart, basically, she married a dude in the military for the benefits because she was broke, working in the bar, singing, trying to get money, doing performances. She was a singer, she was a writer, she was a whatever. She was an artist. So they ended up getting married so she could get the benefits because she also had diabetes to pay for her insulin. And he was also in debt because he used to be a drug addict. So they both could benefit from the money. And so they end up falling in love. I'm pretty sure nobody wants to hear me talk this long about all of this stuff, but whatever. We have Phil the Beat, Sophia Carson, singing Purple Heart. She had a Broadway audition. She tanked it, so she went home to help with this little dance thing because they were like, if you get here, you'll be able to meet this dancer, professional dancer, and you'll get on Broadway or something like that. I'm not sure. The age of Adeline, basically, is this lady. She got electrocuted when she was only like 20 something years old, and so then she hasn't aged. She had a baby. Her baby aged more than her because she was electrocuted, so it struck her, and she just couldn't age. So Forever My Girl. Basically, he was a singer, country singer, and he lives in Louisiana. He left his wife at the altar. 8 years later, he ended up going back home because one of the people from his town had died that he knew. He went back home. He found out he had a daughter. He was like, okay, I'm trying to be here for my daughter. This, that, and the third. Ended up falling all in love back with the lady and stuff like that. A Jazz Man's Blues. Back in the 1940s, 50s, basically, he liked this girl. Her name was Bucket. He liked this girl named Bucket. And her grandfather was abusing her and stuff like that. And he was like, okay, well, we're going to get married. We're going to get out of here. She was also mixed. So, you know, people back then was white passing. If you was white passing, you can fake and be white. Marry a white man, all you gotta do is straighten your hair and you can get money. So that's what her mother made her do because her mother was doing that. But she really was in love with the other guy. So y'all, I'm not gonna spoil it. Girl and his Winona Ryder and what's her name? Angelina Jolie, I think. And it's basically about them being in a psychiatric facility. Um, Do Revenge has Veronica Riverdale, a whole bunch of different characters from a whole bunch of different TV shows, and they go to like this preparatory school, and this girl, she was trying to get revenge this whole time because she told people that she was gay and tried to rape her or something like that. She tried to rape the other girl. I don't know. Just watch it. The School of Good and Evil. It's in the title. The School of Good and Evil. It's more of like a Disney kids type movie, but to me, it was really good. So now we're on to like 90s, early 2000s rom-com. We have The Perks of Being a Wallflower. It's like it's a romance movie. He would write letters. His best friend committed suicide, and he was a freshman. He fell in love with his senior, and they all hung out in a friend group. And he was always a loner, and he also had trauma, and like the trauma he had, he would forget it because it was a traumatic response. I liked it, and I wanted to read the book last summer because, like I said before, the book and the movies, once you watch them, you get a different perspective on the movie. Forrest Gump, Forrest Gump is just superior. I love Forrest Gump. He was like mentally lagged, I'm gonna say that, because he kind of had common sense, but he kind of didn't. But he got rich, and he was really in love with this girl and stuff like this, and that's all I'm gonna say. Forrest Gump. If you seen it, you seen it. If you didn't, you didn't. So 10 things I hate about you. Her father permitted her from dating until she graduated and stuff like that. But she fell in love with this bad boy, Heath Ledger. That's also my man.
Ciao. Anyway, so
She saw that. Pretty much the same thing. Only dating for a deer or something like that. Love Jones. Basically, she was a writer. She fell in love with this dude. I forgot why they broke up. Just watch Love Jones. You got Mail. It was these two people, it was rival bookstores, and they was emailing each other anonymously, and then they end up finding out who each other was, and then they still talk anyways. Okay, never been kissed. Basically, she was a reporter, and she went undercover as a high school student, and she ended up falling in love with was it the teacher or the boy? She fell in love with somebody. But she got high school experiences that she never gotten before. Alright, y'all, I ran out of stories. So don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Tune in for more. And, I'm just see you next time. Peace.